tadpole. I understand, and I know. That's why I'm using a little Pegasus as my eraser now, so I can be slightly happier.
You want your hair to be a little bit bigger?
What? Want my head to be bigger? No.
No, give me an eraser. It'll be.
Oh, okay.
Bigger
look at that. Look at that.
There.
It's
beautiful. Happy.
Oh wait, let's see if we can. There is a trick. Let's see if we can. Dickie, you have to high five down, and Vic hit the high five up. Yeah. All right. 1, 2, 3.
Wait. Do it. Wait. One more time.
No, we gotta do it.
1, 2, 3.
Yes.
It worked. Okay. Somehow. All right. We're gonna do that for 30 more minutes. Hi guys, welcome to Divide and Conquer Sacred World. This is a 5e game based on the Pathfinder Interseas, using the Greyhawk Pantheon, a little bit of Taldor, a little bit of Innistrad, a little bit of Ravnica. We do not have a Kelsey joining us today, and then obviously you can see in the Aether we have Tabatha and Coleton, as they're doing adult things in their adult world. And we're not adults, obviously. That's why we're here.
They sacrificed themselves so I could be here.
They're in another plane.
Oh wow.
Coleton and I swap places for the.
Oh, that's what it is. Okay. I see.
It's an equivalent exchange of souls, apparently.
Yes.
I think that works mathematically.
Mathematically.
I mean.
Shit! Wait, I don't have one.
Where is it?
I can't say anything else.
There you go.
And quote me on this. Episode, what is this, 64? 65? 64. So quote me on this. That joke is more relevant than you'll ever know about the exact conversation you had.
I am delighted and afraid at the same time.
And it doesn't affect just you. So, hi guys.
Excuse me.
I was like, oh, okay. I just got it.
Oh, I have such plans I have for you. Hi guys. Let's what are you doing?
I have a transportation circle.
Oh, okay.
That's my mending circle, okay?
We're a little bit ready for the game, just a little bit. But I guess let's thank our friends. Have a couple of announcements. Introduce ourselves, and then get on with the game. But let's thank our friends at Todd and Claw, which make these awesome DM screens.
Dice vaults.
Yeah, mine's
Dice
over
trays.
here. Oh my god, I ripped it.
There was a floor.
Look at this one. I think it's right. Here, we could have it. Yeah, thank you. So they make these amazing dual hex dice vaults. They make these awesome cool trays as well. And then they have single ones as well. And it's so cool. And I think they're going to be at GaryCon, which is amazing. We should go to GaryCon one day.
We should go to GaryCon.
Because GaryCon sounds amazing. But yeah, so they're going to be at GaryCon. You guys should go say hi and give them a shout out. And if you use the code Divine Conquer, you get 10% off their Etsy. Their information is down below.
Hello.
If you're watching this...
Cool new stuff in their store too. Do they have cool new stuff in their store? Do they?
I know that if you ask politely and put a secret code in the Aether, they have t-shirts.
That's right.
Or if you go to GaryCon.
Oh, if you go to GaryCon, they have cool stuff that you can only get at GaryCon. Don't put me on that, but go to GaryCon.
We're just gonna start saying things on their behalf. Yeah, I mean, if you put the code "give me $5 off," you'll get $30 off. Like Divine Conquer said so. Just whatever.
Give me $5. Give me money now. Yes.
That is how that world works, apparently.
Exactly how that works.
That's a you.
That's a me.
You're here in person.
I am here in person. What is it that I always talk about? I talk about this thing. It's a webcomic, and it's about a righteous paladin bro named Alistair.
Awesome, bro.
So he's such an awesome bro. He's my bro.
Awesome, bro.
And that's the funny thing about him being my bro, because I'm West. Alistair's my bro. So West and Alistair journey together to possibly, maybe, sort of save the world. Maybe.
Yes.
Yeah, as you can see, West is doing phenomenal on this right now.
Still on debate if they're going to save the world or not.
I mean, we have the evidence here with West alone trying to save the world.
He needs a bro.
He needs a bro to help him.
Yeah.
So Alistair is on. We have the teaser for it on Webtoons right now, and we kind of throw in a little extras. So if you join our Patreon for as little as $1 a month, you get to join our Discord and get to see all the sneak previews of us putting this comic together before we finally shove it out into the world for all of you to read.
I like that image.
And we also have a new tier. It's our Zesty tier, so it's our 18 plus tier. So if you want some spice in your life, you should subscribe to that tier, and you get all of the benefits of the Patreon plus
Some zesty things.
Some other benefits that start with a P.
Some zesty things.
So
Peas.
zest. Huh? Maybe we've reached 5 minutes, and maybe we can... Well, no, penis isn't a bad word.
Penis is not a bad word. It's an
It is.
anatomically correct word. It's
It is.
peni.
Yeah, peni.
You want to see some peni on there.
We're gonna be at South by
Yeah, we're gonna
in like 2 weeks.
Yeah.
Please come hang out with us. Okay.
And merch.
And merch. That's the
Merch.
week of South by. We will not have a Friday game.
We will not.
Because we will be at South by.
We will also not have a Friday game at some determined point in the future, if I remember.
And stickers.
Yes. Yeah. Which.
Look at that, we have stickers.
You
We
have
have
stickers.
shirts. We've got
Got this shirt.
the shirt.
We also have a hashtag blessed shirt.
That's coming soon.
Other.
On my end, anyway.
People
I need to
ordered
get
it, and
into
it'll
the
be
game.
physically here at some point.
Yes.
Yes.
Do we have any other announcements before we introduce ourselves?
Announcements? I don't know. All the information's down below. Just scroll
Yes.
down on our Twitch and give it a look. See if you want.
Yeah, and if you're watching this in the future, either on Facebook, listening to it on Anchor or Spotify, just scroll down below and the info's there as well.
Yeah.
But let's start on this side of the table, and then introduce ourselves. Starting with
Hi, I'm Dickie. I'm playing Orcdeath the Mighty.
Yee.
Yes.
Yee, yee, yee. And then I guess going to our Soapy Boy.
Soapy boy. Soapy boy.
Hi,
I don't know if he
I am
closed.
the Soapy Boy. My name is Coleton. I'm playing Ariell, the Angel Paladin.
Yay, yo. And then going to our mommy girl. I don't
Lots
know.
of mom.
Loxa Mom! I was like, I can't come up with it.
Hey everybody, I'm Tabatha. I will be playing Oria the Loxodon Druid.
Yay, yo.
Yeah. Hi, it's me, Vic, in the flesh.
What?
I am West.
What?
I am West Handler, and West is our human barbarian warlock. So.
You can't
I
claim
don't
the
play
handler.
West, I'm his handler.
Okay, I
That's what-
understand.
Wow.
Understood. And then
But doesn't West have a last name already?
He
Oh.
doesn't remember it.
He's
Was Chatting.
technically it's Chattington, but I don't
He's
think
technically
that.
Tyson, but
Yeah.
it's not actually in documented paperwork. So
And then last but
Samantha-
not least,
Samantha lost.
It's my name is Hermea and I play Rognarv, the Full Metal Artificer.
with all of our copyright
And
material not checked, let's roll that intro, please. Wow. Okay, that was a good one.
Back.
So
earth shattering.
to recap what happened last time, as I get onto the right page, the Elysian Vagabonds and our bag of beans went to the port city of Varasia, known as Kravasa. You guys have been here before, but this time is a little bit different. Not chaotic and trying to stop occultists from forever blocking the sun. More diplomatic and peaceful encounters. With Queen Azalia unpetrified by a young tiefling cleric of Farlagon, the god of the roads. You guys Ariell held a service in the name of Palor, the god of the sun and healing. You saw the men and women of war return home after almost 10 years of a conflict that ended when one of you picked up a very specific book. But most of the world does not know of that mystery. You guys were allowed to go into a council meeting of the city's roles, and were allowed to listen in and advise, which is not usual. And at the end of a political discussion, like a true dwarf, you had a fist fight. And that was last game. So, this...
Oh my god.
Wow.
They only had 11.
Wow, Jeremiah.
We're
That was
going to start our game
That was wrong.
Brom,
the next
Brom, do you need a
morning.
Do you need some tea? Do you need some honey?
In our port city, as you guys wake up with bruised faces, ale breath. That's a thing. Ale breath's a
Tasty.
thing. Maybe other breath, depending on who you were with the night before or who was with you the night before.
Combination breath.
Combination breath. This is the best type of breath they have.
Ale and morning bread.
Morning breath.
That's the best.
Waking up to your meditations, your prayers, prepping your spells, checking on your broms, checking to see if there's any leftover ale or liquor in your room, depending if you stay at the inn or at Chattington's. What do you guys want to do?
Wait,
Oria's up for whatever.
What's our options?
Did we spend the night?
It's a lot of things you could
I
do.
spent the night at Chattington's, thank you. I
Okay.
was snuggling Atrix.
Yeah,
and
because
I
I
was
think
spent the
I
night
was
at
at
the
Chattington too.
Tavern on
Mm-hmm.
the floor.
So
Okay.
in the morning
Uh-huh.
of me waking up, I'm gonna go straight to the gardens.
Straight to the gardens. All right. Examine your students soon.
Okay.
Okay.
Praise the students.
Is there anyone that wants to do anything specific before meeting up with the group?
I mean, just eat food.
Okay.
That's about it.
Oria and Ariell, did you guys also stay at Chattington's?
Yes,
Okay.
Yeah.
I did.
Then breakfast will be provided for you guys at a fairly reasonable hour, and you guys will be awoken with morning tea before your breakfast is served. Orcdeath, on the other
Wait,
hand.
so is
Yes.
are Ariell the only people in the party staying at Chattington's right
No.
now?
Excuse me, I always stay at Chattington's.
Wes and Rognarv are also saying. Lass
Okay.
would be
Okay,
having
sorry.
her own room at the Sea Devils, as she just performed the concert the night before and has one stage for tonight as well. As you guys heard her say, she has a date with the lady that night.
Ooh.
And it was very secretive and just rushed off into her room to prepare. But Orcdeath, as you feel the not unusual tap on your body from a foot as someone's trying to wake you from a floor. And you are awoken to by this nicely dressed but kind of grizzly in the face man. He looks to be of some sort of wealth, but his attire looks like he spends too much time not in wealthy places, maybe too much time in the lower districts of town. As the balding human looks at you, you fought good last night.
Best way to go.
I haven't seen you at the Rusty Dog. The next time that you go there, let me know. I'll play some coin on your name.
Does it have good ale there?
And he looks at you curiously. Ale's not the thing that you get at the rest. Are you new to town?
I believe so.
In the old dock, there is a bar called the Rusty Dog. They have piss ale, but you walk past the barkeep. You state if you are part of the gate or if you're a fighter, and it's a brawl that you would not imagine. Coin, honor, bruises to be had.
Fair enough. So if I get the itch, you got the scratch.
I will make sure. Yeah, it's the common 6 rules as per usual. The contenders may refuse, but the champion may not. And usually, if you're there and you're not part of the gate, it's because you're looking for a fight. So if you want to go, Be ready for a fight.
Okay.
Hopefully to see you there soon. And he walks away. Before he leaves, you see he's talking to the barkeep. And then you hear a horrible sigh as she goes to the back. Kind of doze your eyes a little bit, and then you're woken up to ding! Like right next to your face, a huge frothy dwarven ale's brought. Apparently you're popular here.
Yeah. Well, bring me some eggs and sausage too. While you be at it. I'll just start my day off with breakfast.
And you, as she walks away, you just hear her mutter, "Is adding to your tab." And your breakfast is being prepared. Whether you eat it on the floor or at a table, that's your choice.
I'm gonna try to make it to the chair.
And it takes you a little bit longer than you thought it should, but you eventually make it there. And you see a couple other dwarven sailors that spend the nights either on the counter. With breakfast had, what is the agenda for us today?
Duh.
Just for a slight reminder, you, upon last conversations, we had wanting to go to a specific island to see if we can gather information. There were scrolls that wanted to be purchased, and then there's an entire city to explore. But
So eventually we all meet up to talk, right?
if you know where they are, you can approach them.
Alright.
Eventually, if anyone needs a map of Tabatha, there it be. So as you guys approach, let's say closer to like 10 a.m. or so, just to give Orcdeath enough time for the sun not to pound his head so hard, and he eventually meets up with you guys.
All right.
Okay. So I meet up and I say, what's our plan? Are we going our separate ways? Are we going on an adventure? What exactly are we doing?
Well, as Ariell put it, she had no problem going out, I guess, to Promise was the name of the island?
So the slight technicality, the city is named Promise, Hermea is the name of the island, and I messed up on that. I kept calling it by the
Okay.
city's name. But yes, you're going to the city called Promise in Hermea.
For what reason?
Okay.
I have to look for information about the dude in my head.
They're,
and that's at
from-
the island,
That's
correct?
on an island.
For
yes.
slight little recap, a lot of your friends have been wanting to go to that specific island and been hinting at going to see an old friend. And when you were at the Sea Devil ship, you found a Fox's handwritten letter that he was going to see a old friend who was about to die.
Right.
And with context clues being had, apparently this old friend was another great worm that was going to leave this world.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know how much longer that's going to be going on, so I would like to head out there and see what the big deal is.
Oria is gonna follow west.
Well,
I still think we should swing by the marketplace first.
when are we leaving?
Taking if there's anything that we need to pick up before our trip, any magic items, potions, scrolls,
The
things of
question
that
is,
nature.
what direction is our trip?
It's,
Towards
I believe it's west.
West.
towards this.
So, oops,
Because
look at a map.
Like,
You guys want to scroll that down.
and Orcdeath says,
Tabatha is right here. Hermea is right there.
okay,
So, according to our map,
where's Reefer?
Reefer is underneath these mountains in the Underdark.
Because Reefer has a suggestion or an idea, but it depends if we get the tiefling to work with us. If he can unpetrify the queen, he can unpetrify Reefer.
But that would mean going back down into the Underdark to do that.
Going back to the Underdark. Oh
Well,
wait, no, I don't know that.
You've never been in Underdark.
I've been to the Underdark, not
to
the
be
Yeah,
a
also
little
got-
bit more specific, you need to
Well, I don't
go
know.
to
Think I
the
left
lower
town or
dark.
not.
The lower dark, okay.
The Underdark is not where he's at. He is much further down in the earth.
So yeah, we gotta go way past the Underdark.
Like, I guess not to meta it, but it's like, I think it's like 1 or 2 months of
It
travel.
was 2 months travel underneath the earth. Yes,
Yeah.
which for a dwarf that doesn't sound too bad.
It's a vacation.
And then no breathing.
Yeah.
I still don't think we're ready for what's down there.
Well, it all depends if we get the tiefling to agree. If he doesn't want to agree, it's a
Yeah.
wasted trip.
And I don't know if Oria's comfortable going back.
She's not. I will state that right now, out of character.
I mean, that's...
Rognarv doesn't really have any kind of idea what happened down there, but he does know kind of what happened down there.
Wes will give you a bit of the rundown.
There was a reason why he was trying to go there and look for the Elysian Vagabonds, but with him fighting the Elysian Vagabonds, he found out the bad news, and basically, like, I don't think we're all strong fighters, but I don't think we're strong enough just quite.
Well,
Exactly.
I don't know. It freaks me the fuck out to go back there, but I think Orcdeath might have kind of a point about bringing the tiefling, because if he's like a priest or a cleric or whatever, then he might be what we need in order to help us. Like priests and shit, they like do stuff with like brings maybe that could help Cower out too.
So I hear you're looking for his soul too?
I mean, that's what Ariell told me. His soul wasn't where it's supposed to be.
His soul is trapped, and I think it's most likely either he's been petrified or something else. His soul is stuck in the Underdark as well. But yes, I want to free him, but I don't think we're remotely ready to face what was down there. What we fought before killed almost everyone, and it's only gotten more powerful since then.
What do you think we'll need in order to go down there?
Get your head situation
A better
situated.
plan?
In the first place. Maybe we need to go to Promise and get your head situated. And maybe you'll be a little bit more stronger
Correct
than
me
that.
if I'm wrong, but apparently you guys went up against something pretty powerful, correct?
Yeah, it was.
And what could it do?
Well, I guess petrify if
Petrify
We know.
what?
turn,
Flesh?
turn people to stone.
Okay.
With just a single glance.
It
I
also
could look at you and literally, if you had magic, stop you from being able to use your magic.
So we have one thing in our group that could be useful. And he owns it.
you think
What, is it Brom?
like I'm trying to scooch him in my back. Like trying to hide him.
If you could, you could see Brom just.
Trying to hide Brom. Like, girl, get back there.
I will go with the will of the group.
Jesus, what all of the rays did the beholder use when we fought it? Was it just petrification?
You,
He killed he used
there was
Disintegration
disintegration
is
rays,
what killed Raj.
death rays that flat out just would kill you,
charm.
charm rays, fear rays, confusion rays,
Would any of those work against Bram?
I don't know.
and the biggest thing was the anti-magic field. You do know that even your weapons were unmagical against it as long as it saw you.
That thing really pissed me off, especially when it was flying.
It's
Couldn't
like,
do goddamn thing against it.
I know Bram is strong,
And the creature was completely demented.
but she does need a little bit of my magic for her to work. Maybe if there's an anti-magic field, Bram will just
So what
stop working. Wait, no, she's real.
Well, so I mean, I've seen Brom work. Like you can set her up somewhere and she can like fire like magic at things, right? Like
Yes.
that's how that works. So what if we like keep her at a distance and use it to attack.
Why don't, instead of us being trapped, why don't we set a trap? That way we have the offensive.
How are we supposed to trap that thing if we're literally going into its domain?
You're going to its house. You're
Its house, its rules.
home court advantage.
I think last time that
Please
you
take
were
your
there,
shoes off.
One more time.
Say again?
Maybe?
I think it knew we were there before we even knew it was there. I don't think trapping it or surprising it would be a possibility. Not unless we all had some type of invisibility. Even then, that's not guaranteed.
But like I said, the trip is worthless if the tiefling's not going to help us. Because neither one of us got the power to change.
So, I guess
It depends on the tiefling.
we gotta go find him and talk to him, maybe? This is
Convince
a
him?
big ass set. This is a big ass city. We don't know where the hell he is.
Exactly.
He was drunk.
You did see him the night before.
Alright.
He went to party by himself with 4 shots of whiskey.
Oh god, he might be dead. We better go check on him.
So you guys want to go back to the Sea Devils to see if the tiefling is there?
Yeah, I think
Okay.
that might be the
I
best choice.
suppose.
We might as well start with it.
Okay. As you head back to the Sea Devils tab, talk to the barmaid, and she lets you go to his room, and then just hands you guys a piece of paper that has a bill on it. Just make sure to paste this. And he owes a total of 16 gold.
Oh. That's it.
It's quite a bit for one night of staying there.
I could do more damage.
He wasn't doing any damage.
Oh, fair.
He was being a law-abiding tiefling. You see that it's in the 3rd floor, room 12C. What do you guys do?
Going up to the room.
Alright, as you go, you hear a,
Are you okay in
Oh,
there?
and he's dead.
He's dead, Gem.
Are you alive?
you see a globe kind of like shine between like the crack on the between the door and the floor. I'm quite fine. He goes and he unlocks it. What did I do? Oh no, what did I do?
No, nothing yet.
Depends what you decide to do.
What?
Talk to that guy. I'm gonna point to the Orcdeath.
I feel like this is an intervention and I barely know you.
I'm sitting here holding 2 bags of gold, just kind of.
Yeah, join.
Now, laddie, in this hand, I've got 16 gold pieces to pay your rent, your bill, and everything. In this one, I have another 16 just for your pocket alone.
What is the catch?
Huh?
What is the catch?
We need your talent.
That's what people say. What type of talent? Because I don't quite remember what I did
Rumor
last night.
has it you changed the queen from stone to lion.
Oh, priestly talents. Yes, those come and go as the road comes and
I
goes.
have a friend that has the same problem.
Where at?
Someplace kind of far from here.
Well,
At least 2 months travel.
that's a good distance. Heavy road. Helping someone regain their consciousness from a stoned coffin. This sounds like a great adventure.
Okay.
I
Need I tell him more?
And he looks at all of you, and
Talk to them. I don't know where we're going.
Don't talk to me.
Yeah, don't talk to Oria either.
Okay.
wait, I have a solution. And he goes into, you see that he kind of lifts his coat, and he has several pockets, and one of them, as he picks up a candle that's way too big to fit in the pocket, as his fingers catch on fire, he lights a candle.
No.
And I need everyone to make me a wisdom saving throw.
Yep.
Damn it.
As he's igniting a candle of truth.
You little shit.
I'm triggered.
Damn it.
What is this?
What is it?
Wisdom saving throw.
Damn it.
17.
All right, you pass.
Save awesome.
Damn it.
21.
You pass. West.
6.
All right, you fail.
That's a 26.
Pass. Ariell.
Was that a nat
Jesus.
1?
That was a
What
6.
is this for?
Wisdom saving throw. As he gets a candle and ignites the candle. And you guys seen these before? This is a candle of truth.
Oh my god.
This is a.
19.
All right. The only one in the whole circle who cannot lie. Wait, he's in the circle. Cool.
God
He
damn it.
failed his own candle.
Oh my god!
So.
Wait, what?
He failed his own fucking candle.
So as
Oh
as the
my
candle
God.
ignites and pulsates about 15 feet, you see that a little bit of white smoke surrounds him and surrounds West, and against all you guys, a black ring surrounds every single one of you. That's not how that's supposed to go.
That's
Well,
usually how it works for me.
okay. Well, apparently we can't lie now.
Cool. We're gonna be best friends.
Wait, do I need to roll
I-
for Brum? Wait, Brum is
Brum
outside.
Brum cannot.
Rondo.
Roll for Brum. She rolled better than me.
So, as I
You
cannot
can
tell
ask me about the
yeah.
queen now.
I mean, you can, as well.
That's what I'm
As
talking about.
the candle's obviously working, and I cannot fib, nor would I fib, but nonetheless, there is something you're not telling me. I can see it on your faces, especially yours.
His?
Yes. I don't know. You just have a face that you're not
Wow.
telling
Why
the
are you
truth.
asking him? He's the one that knows the least about this than all of us.
I really don't know what's going on here, to tell you the truth. You want me to purposely not be telling the truth with the candle? I really
To
don't know
save
what's going on
peace
here.
and friendship, I will migrate my looks to you three. Where are we going? And for 32 gold, doesn't sound terribly.
It's just a start, lad. It's not a down. Say it's a minimal down payment.
Okay. Where are we
Should I knock
going?
you out?
Very well.
As you see his tail
Once
kind of like
you
move around in
accompany
curiosity. Yeah, I'm
us-
sorry.
Once you two accompany us into the Mindsman Mountains, into the Underdark, to fight Beholder and rescue.
And pick up any gold along the way.
So you weren't affected by the spell, so you're lying to me. Going to the Underdark and fighting a beholder.
He can't. He literally can't lie because he's an angel, and angels are lame like that. So 100% telling the truth to you. Damn it!
He looks at you, Ariell,
Yes,
with a
that
very
is the truth, unfortunately.
intriguing face. Like, oh, that's
Oh yeah, you could.
I can't lie. I can't lie.
I'm actually.
Is what I'm lying?
And Oria's a
Because-
Loxodon. She's around and go. Fuck!
don't know what that means.
I don't know what it means half the time either.
I'm reaching for my axe because you have a
Oria's
secret.
just sighing watching all this go
You
down.
have
No,
a secret.
Oh, God,
As
I'm
you see, the
not
tiefling looks very intrigued with what you just said. What circle are you? If you are
Is he
indeed an
looking-
angel.
Oh, wait, what?
He's looking directly at Ariell. What circle are you, if you are indeed an angel? And
Circle? What?
you would know because you are part of it. You would be in the outer circle, in the outer third circle of the angel hierarchy. So
Okay.
things such as Secriums would be like in the first, followed by archangels, demilords, chosen ones, you.
Okay, I'd say as much.
You're a very peculiar group.
You only know half of it, lad.
Oh, God, you really don't know the half of it.
My name is Ariell Darren of the Olympian Blades of Arborea.
That is a intriguing title. What about you, Master Dwarf? What is your name?
Orcdeath.
That's a scary title. And he looks at you, madam, and looks right to Oria.
I'm Oria of the Selesnya Conclave of Ravnica. She's being honest. It probably doesn't mean anything to him, but...
What is a conclave of Ravnica?
Not from here.
Okay.
She's just gesturing to herself like, have you seen anybody else like me?
She's from another plane.
I like you very
Thank
much.
you, Wes.
And Master Wes,
Yeah.
what is that your full title?
I'm literally just West.
Intriguing.
Just West.
Dictator.
Samantha threw out the paperwork.
And what's about your name, Master Dwarf?
Rognarv Ironborn, the full metal.
Okay. You all have impressive titles. But as he looks at Ariel,
Should be.
Are you bullshitting?
a greater restoration enchantment should not be out of your element. And if you're traveling with such worthy compatriots, a scroll will suffice. Why? And he looks at everyone. Okay. The question now turns into why you didn't unpetrify the queen. You have the capability.
We do?
If you are
Women?
If you are indeed an angel, you come from different plane, which is magic far beyond my capabilities. And such strong compatriots as West and Orcdeath. And I've seen your craftsmen. You're not a casual group.
Orcdeath looks at Ariel. Is that throat, lad? You can do it?
Oh, this is getting juicy.
If I had a scroll, yes, I could.
Okay, I take my gold back, so sorry to bother you, lad. We'll see you later.
Glad to do a service to all of you. If you ever
But
need...
so can Oria.
Well, I guess that's all that you need me for. I will close this door and just eavesdrop from the
Yeah,
inside.
don't forget to pay your bill.
Yeah. And
But
you...
who had the bill?
I was paying it for it. but-
No, I mean who had the paper?
Oh, the paper?
I'll just shove it at him.
Okay.
I take the gold and I give him the paper.
Wait, where is he going?
He's just going to close his door. He's slowly closing it at the
Closing the door
moment.
and wanting to eavesdrop.
He says,
I'll just...
as he said, I'll eavesdrop from the other side of the door. And he's about to close it.
So how much
I'm going to
was...
kind of stop the door from closing and just be like, our conversation is not concluded.
Oh no.
Sure. I feel as though I have no choice. So, what can I do for you? Angel Ariell.
I noticed you at the gates arriving with the war party.
Yes.
Returning from the war. Were you attached to the war party itself?
Oh,
as
no.
a member of the military? Or...
No, I am a free roaming agent of Farblagon.
And who was it again who hired you to restore the queen?
As he says the name immediately, but I need to look up specifically what the gentleman's name was.
Since he can't lie.
Yeah.
Online.
I believe, I know it's a fourth in the line, but what is his name? Okay, well apparently it's not there, so it has to be on this chart over here. That is books that we do not need. That is not what we need, it's not what we need, this is what we... He's going to tell you a name that I will give you in chat or in a minute because I can't find it. Yeah, I'll get. He says the name of the of the man, who is the fourth in the. Oh, here it is. Lord. Oh no, apologies. It's not the. It's the third in line. So Master Aline Weaver. He is the short, ashy-haired human who was the head of agriculture, trade, specifically within the guilds of Krovasa, and in the forest lumber trade. As he explains that to you.
Very well. How did
Since
he get to know of you?
He is a follower of the great Farlagon, and through contacts of the church, contacted me. And since I follow Farlagon, I got information that it was a very good donation to the church. So I made my way over to see if I could be of service. It was a simple petrification, which, with the mages in this city, nope, they wouldn't be able to cast it. They're not in the right domains. This city needs more clerics. This city needs more divine magic.
Yeah, we're working on it.
Nice.
Yes, it's something we are definitely
Cheers to that.
My neighborhood.
So,
being on the road as often as you are, have you heard of anything related to the goddess of nightmares? Lamashtu.
you see his face turn simply. That's an interesting name. How do you know that?
I'm Ariell the Benevolent. I know many things.
A goddess.
I'm older than any mortal man in this realm. I've traveled it for far longer than most have.
I have no doubt about that.
It's true, he's really old.
Wow, thanks, Wes.
You're welcome.
He leans in close. What does a band of adventurers like you have something to do with someone so notorious and awful as the mother of abortions and monsters?
I'm actually looking at Ariell at this time now because I didn't know this. Like,
And then he kind of
that's
then
what we're fighting.
he looks at you. Maybe you guys don't know everybody's story. Seems like. Do you need to sit down with the priest and have your confession said?
Not with you.
It sounds though that you don't know the full story of what you're doing, and if you cannot trust your compatriots, especially to go to some far as the Underdark and fight aberrations.
Maybe we need to go back to the house and just talk.
And you see
We
that
will, after he answers my question about Lamashtu.
the goddess of nightmares, a mother of monsters, the prayer of abortions and monstrosities.
Yes, she goes by many names.
Yes, I've heard of them, terrifying as they are. A demonic entity of the abyss. Why do you want information from her? It's a very curious thing and deadly thing to want to know.
She is afflicting this realm of mortal men, bringing chaos, death. We're here to stop it.
Chaos and death does sound like a demonic plan. Crude, but abrasive and at least forthright. how do you intend to stop this entity? I'm curious. And then when he says that, he looks down, and as you guys see, that the minute of the candle has completely burned off of its magic. So everybody can lie now.
Thank God!
So, lad, in order to get all this information you're looking for, you're joining our group?
I feel that's way too high of my pay grade for a
Then you don't need
valley.
to know anything else? We don't need to tell him nothing.
You don't need to.
Well,
As he kind of just is still waiting for you
I'm
guys.
gonna raise my hands. Can I interject?
Yes, let's
Can I interject something? So, I mean,
go ahead.
okay, he seems like a guy that likes to know it all. So I mean, I guess as a way to, to let you know. Did you get it?
Mm-hmm.
Or that just grabs one out of nowhere, Kung Fu style.
So, I mean, I didn't like it beforehand, but I feel like this is something that somebody like him would like. I mean, if you do go with us to the Underdark, there is a library there. And in that library, it has, like, all the knowledge you could want.
Thank you.
So maybe that could be something you might want to look into.
If
and
the
we are heading that
roads,
direction.
if the roads do lead me there, that is via Farlagon's will, and that's the time that I need to be there. I don't see this as that sign. I see you guys walking up to my door and having some questions answered, more than me aiding you. You have the capability to, but it seems that you do not trust your own group. With that non-reply, and most of you avoiding my eye contact,
I didn't know.
Honestly, I didn't know either.
may Father
That's
God
why I
bless you.
came to you, lad, because you did something that I need to be done. But now I found out somebody else can do it.
If you need any more counsel, I'll be here for the next hour. And he sees that he starts closing his door.
Where can we find
Did I sense any kind of like deception from him?
Roll me an insight.
Wes is gonna walk downstairs.
Oria will follow us.
Nope.
I'm gonna go straight to Brum. Brum is outside.
17.
Because you're in the Aether, he could not lie. But he was also really good at picking you for information.
So where can we find the scroll that you need?
Well,
Maybe
That
we
would
need
be
to get out
Magic
of
Academy.
one of his room first, because I think he's listening.
Oh yes, I'm listening.
There we go. Let's get out of here. I'm gonna say to
There is
Yeah.
the academy. This area would be where Chaddington technically is. Around here is where the Sea Devils is. So it's not terribly far of a walk to get to the academy.
Nah, it's back.
There was two in here. Two of those.
once we
guys.
get out,
Just
like
place me.
away from the building,
Okay.
I'm just gonna speak up to the rest of the party. I don't trust him at all. He asked too many questions and didn't answer enough of ours. Something was not right about that. Especially when I mentioned Lamash too. I no doubt know that you saw his reaction.
He also brought up a really good point. That
That was.
you and Oria have the power to fix that. And you never brought that up.
Oh, that's interesting.
Till I have a scroll.
But you could have at least mentioned that you have the power to do so anyway.
Could have shared that.
I thought I made that clear when we came back here to resurrect the queen.
If I recall, semantics at the moment, but if I recall correctly, Oria and Ariell had a private conversation in the
Yeah,
Queen's
that's right.
chamber. And
Well-
you guys discussed that amongst yourselves, you could, but you need to see if it was the right time.
Yeah, you didn't. Wes
So-
did not hear that conversation.
What did Orcdeath?
As the West kind of cowers over a fly,
No.
brushing against his shoulder.
No. I'm shirtless. It feels
I'm just gonna
icky.
keep walking to the academy.
Okay. As Ariell just keeps walking forward.
Shit, Oria just feels bad now because she has no reason. She doesn't want to go back to the Underdark, but she's the only person who has the spell needed.
Nope, we're going to the academy.
And as you guys walk to the academy, the thing that is at least the first thing that grabs both Rognarv and Orcdeath's attention is you see a tower that is collapsed, but in midair. It's perpetually collapsing and never moving. It's completely dissolved and just collapsing. And you see that there is a perimeter with this weird, like, a gold string around it, and nobody's walking 15 feet from that collapsed tower. And in the middle of the morning, it's bundled with students of all ages. You see elves and gnomes and humans, half-elves, just a whole bunch of kids in robes, either blue, red, or those were the old, no, there would all be blue robes. Walking around with textbooks or alchemic components. You see some of them walking with odd little creatures, or talking to a toad, or discussing formulas and equations with a raven that's nearby. So you have just entered the Academy of Tabatha, which is, I believe, the second biggest academy in the world.
So that's the tower you're talking about.
Yep, it's always broken.
How is
Fuck that place.
How is that place floating?
Ask Oria.
Fuck that place.
We kind of went into.
Oria will look directly at it and then look back at Rognarv and literally just say that. Fuck that place.
There's some history here.
There is.
Remember the beholder that we just talked about?
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Yeah, it ran that.
Yeah, so long story short, Beholder was in that tower. Oria went to go see said Beholder, but didn't know it was a Beholder. Oria got trapped in the tower. We had to go save Oria from the tower, and then we broke the tower to get out. So.
Thank you, Wes.
You're welcome. Still mad.
That's the best.
So,
Ever.
since we're here, my original plan was to buy a scroll of greater restoration to remove the petrification curse. But since Oria can cast that spell innately, I mean, I don't see the reason to spend the money on it, so I think...
say do it because that way you got backup in case something happens to her.
Very gruntled West.
Just speaking facts, son.
I don't like him.
Don't need to.
I think you all...
Oria's just gonna pet West on the top of his head with her trunk.
No, I'm still mad at you.
So you have to look.
I still don't believe
No.
that we're ready for the Underdark, and even with these scroll spells, we will be. We can all be able to cast Greater Restoration, but that won't do us any good if the
All of us?
Beholder
Me
can
too?
kill us, and we're able to accomplish that.
Wait, Brown too?
So, that being said, I think you all should stock up on everything that you need, any potions or magical items. Since we're here, I'm
Done.
fine. I have enough
done.
potions and other magical items. And then I do think that we need to head off to the Hermea, right?
Yes.
I'm done.
To figure out what exactly is going on with Wes. That was the entire purpose of our journey this way.
Best West is like having twitches in the moment.
Hallucinating. Flying things around.
There's a ghost fly, I swear to God.
Orcdeath says, alright, I'll follow you, but when we're done with that, we go.
I agree.
Go where? Exactly.
To go get my friend.
We're going back to the place where the beholder was, and we're gonna
Kill it.
murder it. Yes,
So we're all gonna die.
we're gonna.
No, only that.
Rognarv, do you have like a bug zapper feature on Braum? Can you like do that?
As you hear a little gnome running away.
Son of a bitch.
Well,
And you all smell fish all around you, and attracting the flies.
No.
prior to this, we
You don't
had
wanna be
discussed
living.
after visiting the island and helping west, stopping in at Whitestone to figure out exactly what that Null priestess was doing, taking the figure of was it the queen or the princess?
Princess, I think.
It was it was a young noble and her father, but
Yeah.
no real distinct titles, just other than nobility of Whitestone.
So if we could do that, if we continue with the original plan, that will take a little more time, but we would be heading back east. It'd be northeast rather than southeast. That we can head northeast, visit that area, and then go down into Fangwood, and then down into the mountains at the Underdark. Is so.
I'm gonna be real with you. I really don't like those mountains up there.
I like mountains, but not that mountain.
No, I'm talking about if we're going to Whitestone. I do not like those mountains up
Oh,
there.
what's over there?
No, your business.
I think we might also be able to get some more answers on this whole battle between the gods thing with Lamashtu there. One of the largest temples of Palor resides in the city's capital, or the nation's capital.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but the last time we went to a temple of Palor, it turned out one of the priests was actually an agent of Asmodeus.
Ariell, you do know that in Whitestone there is an ever-growing tree that was planted and has a divinity blessed by Palor.
I will also mention that to the party.
It means absolutely nothing to us.
I think there might be some answers there. And if there is an agent of Asmodeus working in Whitestone, then we need to put an end to it.
Okay, one thing at a time. Let's just go to the island. Get that out of the way.
As
I'm gonna yell at the gnome, stop that!
poor baby,
Oh,
it's gonna get murdered.
I know, unfortunately.
Yeah. As
Oh god, Orcdeath!
as you guys are having your conversation,
Yeah.
you see a gnomish boy kind of walk by with these huge Coke bottle glasses.
Oh my god.
As they lean forward and looks at Ariell. So we meet again.
Oh no, it's your nemesis!
You.
This kid like comes up to like your knee or
Oh,
something.
a little bit shorter than that. He's even short for gnome statured.
I see him like not even looking up, but he like pushes up his glass and does the whole anime glare.
Yeah. You're here to buy a scroll at full price.
Oh. Why, do you not have to?
No, you should. That's why there's a market. But yes, buy it at full price, please.
So, wait, so are they cheaper in the market elsewhere?
No, we're the only ones that sell them, and they're at this price.
But, well, if I ask somebody else, would they also say the same thing?
Nobody else has them. We're the only ones that have them.
I'm gonna yell for literally anyone else.
And when you yell, you're like, "Hey!"
I would like to know aside from the scroll,
Yes.
do you have any potions of growth, giant strength, or possibly water breathing?
Since that kook of a man is no longer here, my potions of water breathing are in very low supplies. But I have some, nothing of growth, and I've made quite a few frost giant strength potions from my supplier of frost giant nails. He pops his arms. I mean his fingers.
I already hate this kid. Just Oria in the background.
He's relatively
How
little
much
shit.
for the potions of strength?
Ah!
Strength.
Aha!
Is there
That's-
any potions for beholders? Or scrolls?
You can't make a potion for a beholder. That's just he looks at you. I'm sorry.
No, we're talking about potions to kill beholders.
Or hurt? Or
As
distract?
he looks at
Or
all
torture horribly.
Or blind?
Or blind.
I would use a very sharp stick.
No problem.
Alright.
Here's a tip on beholders, and then he kind of pulls up his glasses towards Ariell. You run away, as nothing you have will affect it unless you use your bare strength, and even that's not enough.
We need a better.
Exactly.
I am aware.
Potions of water breathing, I believe, all 200 gold, but I'm not finding it right now.
Man, we should have sent that tiefling guy over here. He'd love this kid.
Oh, I think they would
Remember
have.
the times that we've met and we never got his
I
actual
still
name?
friends.
I think they would have words. I don't know if they would be the best of friends. As I give you the prices, because that's a kind of slightly boring. Is there anything else that you guys were specifically looking for? If you want to do like shopping, we can shop during intermission.
West is everything he needs.
I kind of
Okay. Yeah.
West has everything he needs. He wants to go to ship. Go ship now.
Yeah. He will have frost giant. I'll give you the prices and everything. We can do that on the off stream. But he
Yeah.
has frost giant potions. He has potion of water breathing and potions of healing, up to superior healing.
How much is water breathing?
I believe 200 gold, but don't quote me just yet. I will give you the price in a second. If you're just looking for that. Also, I rolled really low on what he had on supply. Any scroll up to level 3 he would also have. And plenty of wands of the War Mage. And that's about it that he would have here that he is selling. As though most of the things that he would have are pretty much for the academy itself. They're just for the students. So adventurers don't tend to come all the way over here for those things. But yeah, I'll give you those in a second. Oh yeah, potion of water brings 180 gold per potion.
I'm just gonna.
180.
I'm gonna buy some stuff.
Uh-huh.
Just so we can get ahead of the stuff that the game. I guess I'm just gonna buy some things from it. Look at the party and say, all right. Then I guess suppose we need to find a ship.
We have one.
Oh yeah, that's right. We do.
I'm going to it
Well.
right now. Goodbye.
As you guys,
All right. I'll catch up with you.
as you guys all after you guys buy your items, and we can do that in a second. You head to the ship.
Yeah.
You do see a man eyeing the Sea Devil ship west when you get there.
Oh boy.
As you get from a note of what this gentleman looks like. Well, as it would be a half-elfin man, blue eyes. He looks like he's starting to has like mispatched bald spots on his beard that is not fully grown. Has a dirty face. Stands about 6'3". with a slim build.
Cool.
This be your ship?
Yes. By technicality.
I like technicalities. Findin, when you be sailing?
Probably very, very soon. Why?
He looks at you. Where is the bow of the ship?
Thinking internally. Where the
Do
fuck's
you-
the bow? I will literally think internally. Where the fuck's the bow of the ship?
Do you have a captain?
Please, God, tell me where the bow of the ship is.
Do you have a crew?
I have a crew. Yes.
For a galleon that size, you need 80 men. I've been looking.
80 or 18?
My accent's a little thick. I know. 80.
80. Oh, that's a lot of people.
You can get away with 40.
Yeah,
With experience, you can get away with 10.
you're speaking a lot of numbers. Well, we
And
have.
is any Wes? You the only one that ran off? Is anyone with you?
I was gonna shout
Oria
and then
followed.
follow.
Okay.
I'm still pinging in my head. What the fuck's the bow of the ship?
Orcdeath kind of nudges
Please, motherfucker, tell me.
you front.
So fucking good you are. Yeah, the front.
If you need assistance from professional sailors, I'll be over there.
Okay, sure. I mean, if you want, you can, but I just have to warn you. There's a guy on that ship. He does not like people very much, and I don't know if he'd like you very much either.
He's not people.
It's nothing personal. He's just kind of an asshole.
I was on this ship earlier.
Yeah, he's.
I don't
Okay.
see anybody.
I think.
Yeah, you gotta.
I'm
I mean, he probably could have gone to town.
Oh yeah, he usually comes around, but when it's dark.
Makes sense. I have a crew of men
Okay.
at your disposal. Gentlemen, he kind of walks away.
Okay.
And you see, as he's going, he goes towards a halfling woman and a 6'9" lizard folk. And he just says, and just walks away.
Well, you too, man.
So, as Oria and Ariell catch up with you guys a little bit later at this dock, what do you guys do? We have a ship. It's pretty a 3-level ship. It's pretty large.
And big ship.
Well, I guess I'm
A
kind of
legitimate
there.
galleon.
I'm kind of there now because I kind of shopped around before I go into
Yeah,
the
yeah.
ship.
I'm probably gonna grab Ariel when he shows up.
And I was like, do we have to? Look at this.
I mean, it's what we got. It's what we got.
Like, I don't like the captain.
Well, who's the captain?
I don't know.
I
kinda-
don't know
I
either.
just kind of think that
Oria
little
just
Toto
kind
was
of
the
looking
captain.
over at West. I would think the person who would be the captain would be the one in your head, or
Yeah,
at
I
least the
tried-
one who's on the ship constantly.
Well, he's first. I don't.
I
He's
think-
first mate. So first mate position's already filled.
That's the captain
But
I
at
was
night,
talking
I guess.
about. That,
I
that
don't know. I tried asking him where the fuck the bow of the ship was. He didn't want to answer me.
maybe he's sleeping. I don't
Maybe
know.
he's
Do they sleep?
And maybe he just thinks I'm a fucking idiot. Yeah, I'm just gonna grab Ariel as he comes to the side. It's just like, so.
Alright, how's your hand? Like, ah.
I'm literally grabbing you by the rope and pulling you.
Okay.
So it's been brought to my attention that we might need a crew to navigate the ship.
That is a valid point.
There's a guy who approached me and was talking about it, and I was a little nervous about it because he was throwing a lot of numbers at me, and he said he had a crew, and he said he wanted to come along, and I felt really pressured in the moment, so I didn't give him an answer, and he just walked away. What do I do?
How much did he want
He didn't
to be
say.
paid, and why did he want to be hired on? Okay,
I
where'd he go?
Lad, I got a problem with that.
Yes, what's your
Somebody
problem?
looking for work and not telling you how much he wants?
Yeah,
Seems like he wants more than what we can
in all
give him.
fairness, I never ask for a wage whenever I do work, so that's on me, I guess. I mean, and I'll just point in the general direction that he went. That way.
You see as
You know what?
Ariel, you talk good. Go.
you see the man as he's loading a pipe at the moment, and he's
loading the pipe. He's a fucking asshole. This guy. I don't know. It just triggered Wes for some reason.
Fuck all guys with pipes.
Stupid.
My mortal enemy
Yeah.
the
Goddamn
pipe.
fucking sailors and their fucking wooden pipes.
Yes, Aria, you see the
I have
man.
my questions. We don't know who this person is, so I don't trust them not to steal the ship when we leave the ship at the island, since all of us will be disembarking from the ship.
In all
Well, then he'll have one pissed off ghost on his hand.
I gestured to Oria, like exactly my point. We have a
Does
very
Ariel
good...
know about this or no?
Yes, Ariel knows.
Yeah,
about the
everybody
ghost.
would know that the ship is haunted by a ghostly, angry turtle.
Yeah, they'll
I
have
think
a problem with
it's
that.
all of us except Orcdeath. Orcdeath wasn't there.
No. Do you guys tell Orcdeath what happened?
Anyway, so there's a cranky ass old turtle ghost that lives on the ship. He only appears at night, so if he comes around and starts yelling, that's who he is. Don't worry about it.
Don't worry about the ghost.
He's not. He's mostly harmless. He's just pissed off at the guy in my head.
That makes sense.
Well, I'm going to go see if Chaddington has the crew that we used in the past lined up for us.
Sure.
I'm sure that's
Fast forward. As you go over to Chaddington's, well, I only bought the most expensive men I could afford. I just went to the dock and said, "Give me your best men for a true adventure," and just like that, you have to be Ariell. Let me tell you, you have to be abrasive and upfront with these men. Working men like us, we need to be told sternly. Strong hand, Ariell. Strong hand.
Okay, I can do that.
He didn't have a specific crew or anyone on payroll. He just paid men at the docks.
Which is essentially what we were
Well, I'll go with the docks and I'll find that guy
Yeah.
that came to visit West.
following Ariel because I'm just like, please help.
As when you are about to approach him, the first thing that happens is a dachshund starts barking, and then you see the lizard folk as he kind of snarls. And when you get up close, this is a large fucking lizard folk. He has very, very dark green scales. And as he looks towards the dog, as the dog is barking at him, he just goes over towards the person that you would be identified as a quote-unquote captain. And then he approaches you. You see that there is at least a system to them.
Alright.
How can
I
I
heard
be
you're
of
looking
service
for
today?
work.
Almost sorry?
I said, I heard you're looking for work.
More or less just eyeing the ship. But, yeah, work. Something that big needs someone who knows how to handle her. And speaking to your large and intimidating friend, I don't know if you guys have what it needs and takes to control a fine ship like that.
That's entirely determined by the first mate.
Where do you
That's
be heading?
to determine how much are you wanting to be paid. We need to travel immediately to the Isle of Hermea.
Hermea! You know what waters you're charting. We'll be passing.
That one right there. I just pointed out to the sea.
That gives him a chuckle. You'll be charting dark depths, bottom depths too. We'll be passing this steaming sea. To be honest, sounds like fun. For my pay, and my alone, it'd be 2 gold a day. For my...
Do I know kind of on average how long that trip is?
You can look at a map and guesstimate. I will give you an answer, but I believe it's close to like a month and a half from your point. I believe so. I need to do the math on trip cell because it's about 400 miles. A ship goes about 24 miles a day. We'll do the math in a minute.
Depending
on weather, wind, and all
Yeah.
that goodness.
We'll.
But you'll have to do weather.
Yeah.
And just overestimate 2 months.
Yeah. So it'd be about 2 months of trip. To be honest, depends on how many men you would wish to buy. Because if you're only going to purchase a Cerberus for about 10 of our men, we can do the job. Anything less, it'll be suicide. But the ship that big,
How many miles is it?
about 400 miles.
Maximum of 80.
So that would be
Minimum of 40, that is at maximum of 80. So that's 4,800.
80 days to get there.
I put 60. Just
I said,
over.
my pay would be 2 gold a day. First mate, she be a gold. Same thing with Turv. And you see the loser folk. I do not go without him. He is the only reason why I'm alive sometimes. The rest of the crew, 2 silver a day. Depends on what you want for food. Squabble, we have poor food, modest food. Fancy man like you, as he looks you up and down. Could be up to 2 gold a day for food, or 3 copper depending on if you want to eat piss.
Oh, he doesn't eat,
I
so
don't
that's no
eat.
bother.
Actually, it'd take about 17 days.
He like,
Yeah, I was thinking.
looks at you, that's
But
easy.
that's
Over
what
2
happened.
weeks.
Also, perusing, you have no defense.
Right here. So I click to my armor. Hollow armor.
And he looks, have you ever faced against a ghost shark? Fists don't hit it.
No, I want to though.
And then he looks at Bram. God damn.
What's a fish shark?
Ghost, I don't know what a ghost shark is, but I want to fight it now.
Just saying.
Let me
Get a
discuss
cannon or two.
finances.
I thought there was cannons there. I guess it was taken out.
There, it's probably
Mhm.
taken out, yeah.
Just, yeah, you guys purchased a couple cannons and they were all gone now.
Okay, wait a minute. The guy was asking, like, that. What about our defenses?
Yeah.
Oria just kind of standing there like, me, bitch.
Oh my god, girl.
It might seem pretty high from what I'm asking. 10 men plus the standard I asked for. And at least a cannon. But when you're not dead, you thank me.
Let me discuss finances with my party, and I will have an answer for you within the next 15 minutes.
And, as you
That's
guys-
a really long conversation.
That's just enough time for our break.
Hi. Oh, you guys.
As you guys are walking away, you see him yell, if anyone does it for less than what I'm telling you, with either men or equipment, they're fools. They do not know what they're talking about.
I feel like I can.
And with that, we're going to go on break.
Oh, like,
I like him. He knows how to sell himself. He
kinda
doesn't
like-
Look
underpay.
at it this way, lads. In case we have bad luck on the trip and we run out of food, at least we got bait.
All right, everybody. We'll be back in 15. We're going to buy some items, and then we guys can discuss that and see if you want to take that or just sell on your own.
Okay,
But
we'll see you on
yeah.
15.
Yeah, see you guys in 15.
I've got the new script you sent us for the next episode. So we have new players. Who's Grayson? You know who that is?
Yeah, I'm reading that too. What's this? Tori Val?
So we have new players.
New players?
Okay.
Okay.
Okay, dude. So it also says that the schedule's changed. We're playing on Mondays now.
Yeah. You know.
Yeah, what happened to Tuesday?
That'll team out Tuesday.
Yeah.
Oh.
Oh, well.
Okay.
Okay.
And just one last little thing.
And it's online now?
Yeah, that. So we're not playing in the studio anymore. It's all online.
Uh-huh.
All right, man. That fucking works for me. All right. Cool. See you later. Bye.
Sorry guys, we have a corgi in the room.
There's a corgi in the
Oh
room.
yeah, there's a corner.
There is a, if you see a little butt bun walking around or you hear his claws,
butt bun.
it's a butt bun. Or a bark. Hopefully no more barks. Hopefully no barks. So, if we wrote down the charts here, if you really do care, we can put the battle map and you guys can see a sideways view of the map. But again, to reiterate, 2 gold for the captain, 1 gold for the first mate, 1 gold for his bodyguard,
Yep.
2 silver per person, deciding about 10, 750 for stolen cannons, 3,000 for acquired legally cannons, 20 gold per cannonball if it's stolen, or 250 for a set of 3 by the legal means. And decided on modest food, which is about 3 silver per person per day, food and water. So that is clean water, nourishing 3 meal course, 3 meal a day. So, what do we do, guys?
I think we should just take this whole bill and take it to Chatham and be like, this is what we're doing.
As
What do you think?
the pirate captain, I'll await your information later.
Okay, shouldn't take as long as it takes me to get to and from, so whatever.
And as you guys travel to Chaddington's, have a nice lunch in between. A couple of bottles of wine are open. Some nice tea is had throughout the mansion and the estates. And as you see Chaddington, as he kind of puts up his glasses, well, finances. I am treasurer after all. Where is the documentations and the fine print that we can use for our guild's taxations, and what about proper documentations for work? And as he's looking at every single one of you, you're just paying them. You're just gonna pay them cash, and then we're gonna expect. Okay.
Wes is going to raise his hand.
Okay.
Wait.
Chaddington, the proper documentation, what exactly do you need? Could I just fill out a form saying how many we're hiring on and how much we're paying per day, and then sign it for you?
We essentially we need that. We need permission to sail on board. We need documentation where we're going. Permission to see if it's a war nation or
Can
not.
I say something, laddie?
Of course, please.
For us to get documentation means we need to grease a few hands. Which means we're gonna have to pay more for extra. Now, just no documentation would take what we got, your take would be much bigger than it would be for greasing hands.
Point. He kind of looks in Samantha's mouth here. Yes, West.
I have a question. What are
Yeah.
taxes?
So, that's a discussion for an entirely different day.
Okay. Not important. Got it.
Where are you acquiring these men and cannons?
We're doing it like what you did, and we found them down at the docks.
I did it a very expensive and legal way. It sounds like you guys are all foreboding all that.
Sure. I don't know exactly what way.
But who is the middleman?
The middleman.
Who am I giving money to?
I'll take it.
They don't know taxes, give me the money.
Oh,
How much are you requiring?
We give you the bill.
This is our math.
You're like, well, this is a pretty good bill here. Oh,
Yeah, Rognarv wrote it.
what did we? What was the actual total?
Alright. Rognarv's doing the math.
Do
on-
our count it, run on.
He pops up in a compartment on Brom and it's just like.
On his calculator and Braun.
His little atticus.
Mine
Little
is
scrolls just, like,
cannons
printing out.
and cannonballs. So I have those separate. I'm gonna pay for those. So just the crew.
How many days is this gonna be approximately? Are my approximately 60?
25 days.
Just that's the one way.
Let's.
One
One
way.
way is 25 days. We'll worry about
Everything else will
the
take
other
a long
25
trip.
later.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna put 50.
I mean, yeah. Pay.
Unless they want to pick up at another dock somewhere. And
I'm just gonna do 60 still, just for over exaggeration.
round trip. That's fair.
For the round trip.
That's right. We do
How much,
that.
Master?
And then how
Rocker?
much is the how much is the food?
Food was like 2 gold? Or
Food is
5.4.
5.4.
yeah. So it was 100 and
I don't know.
5.4. Gosh, dang it, 5.4.
5 gold and 4 silver.
Yes. Times how many days? You doing 60 days?
Yeah. Yeah, I think we're doing
324 gold for
yeah,
food.
We're doing round trip.
What is our total?
684 gold.
That's not bad.
What about cannons?
That's like
What?
I believe
300.
Master Ariell said he was
yeah.
going
Ariell
to take
said,
care of the
Ariell
cannons.
says he's got cannons.
600
Yes,
gold.
I will. We will pay for the cannons and the cannonballs separately.
Yeah, that's easy.
I-
That's only 3
I
numbers.
will say for proper exploration of the guild, Elysian Vagabonds need to document everything that they're doing, and
It's right there.
Pick
On
up
your
phone
trip.
and take a picture of that.
you
Yeah,
document
Rob,
what's
yeah.
happening. We get those stories. Those get publicized.
Okay. Can I get some? Can I have some paper?
I have lots of
And
paper.
a pen?
I have paper and I have an inkwell and a pen and everything, so I already take notes.
All right. So
So I can add it in Ariell's journal as we travel.
Trust,
Yeah.
trust
Our
where
math
you're
was-
going.
you have a lot of. You got like a whole like printer ring.
Yes, I have a printer.
Track where you're going. Track who you visit. What countries you see. Exploration names. Everything that could be profitable to Krovasa, and of course the chatting their name. And as part of what was it that you called me when you were drunk that one night? Daddy fund.
Daddy funds. Yeah, that's what I said.
And he starts grabbing platinum, and he puts
I
down
heard that from like some other noble guy.
how much gold? 600 and what?
684.
He drops 700 gold. Rounding it up just in case any T's or I's were not dotted. And or crossed.
Wow, that weird leggy noble guy was right. Daddy funds are really cool.
Yes, if you're the daddy.
Oh my god.
Wow.
Well, off you go. This is weird enough.
Okay, Chad, how do you spell your name?
Wes, we have many conversations, and that one is another full day conversation.
Okay, sure. Chad.
As
Do I have the apostrophe before
You
after the S?
you guys immediately see Samantha just open up the double doors are there into this fine dining room. What are you doing? He has a smile on his face. There's a lot of gold. I don't care. I don't want to know. Bye.
Bye, Samantha.
So with your money acquired,
Hello, master of the house.
I like that one. Money acquired. Ariell taking care of the. He gave you 7,000 gold. What 700? Oh, how much?
700 because it's 680.
Oh yeah, then
Gave
700.
7,000. You 700, me 6,300.
He rounded it up to the 7. Good job, West. Good job, West.
Alright.
He gave you guys the 700 gold you needed to feed everybody. He just rounded it up just in case.
In case anybody wanted seconds, I'll eat more than my share.
I'll eat scraps, whatever people don't eat.
So with the 700 gold that you have to pay the crew there and back for a 60-day trip, Ariell taking care of the cannons. You say you want to purchase 2, and how many cannonballs are you
We're
purchasing?
gonna purchase 3 cannons and 5 cannonballs.
Okay,
5? Make it 6. 2 per cannons.
so that is 2,250 gold for the cannons, and then you
What
said
about 6 cannons?
well each cannon is 750, so
2,250.
that is for the cannons themselves. How many cannonballs do you want?
This is what I got for the 6 cannonballs and the 3 cannons.
Okay, yeah, that looks about right. Yeah. All right, so you have your cannonballs. Ariell, keep track of the cannons. They don't look rusted. They don't look damaged. They just look from different companies and different shapes. But regardless,
Actually, I guess we're back at the docks. Like looking at the cannonballs, I'm gonna look like, is that gonna fit the cannons? They kind of don't look like the cannons that's supposed to go. I mean, the cannonballs supposed to go in.
You're a cannon expert, lad.
Yeah, Brahm's like a whole cannon.
Bram is a cannon.
We're gonna
And she's beautiful.
Finger, Dwarf,
They
this
said,
would be the right cannons for what you need. Everything here is for what you have put. We will have your food done by tomorrow, first
Right,
dawn.
Lieutenant, you're
Yeah,
right.
I'll give him 80 more gold. Here's for 4 more cannons.
Now to get you 4 more cannons.
We're gonna sink the damn ship. There's so many cannons.
I'm gonna let you know.
Cannonballs?
Cannonballs.
Okay, that's what I thought. Okay.
Orcdeath, I'm gonna disclose to you. I know you
Or
are
like 4
terrified of
more
water.
cannons.
I'm
Holy
not a big
shit.
fan of it.
You're not gonna be a fan of what's in the water either. So we need cannons.
So, to put the ship on and where you guys are going, and our exploration on
But
exactly.
if they're going to go rob us in the ocean, they're going to keep the ship afloat so they can grab things.
Well, it's not pirates I'm worried about. I can kill pirates.
Jeremiah, you said you bought 4 more cannonballs?
Yes.
Okay, so we have
10 total.
If you guys.
10 total.
I assume you guys are going to pick up last eventually. Unless if not, then she's gonna stay in Kravasa and
Yeah, we'll figure it out. I'll go get
Kelsey
her.
needs to.
We're gonna concert.
Except the tiny Genasi.
She gets some-
water
she
shit
gets
on
some-
me,
it's
like,
fine.
come on.
Yeah, she can catch up.
Me neither.
I'm
Your
literally gonna like grab her once she finishes her show and be like, I'm a
captain, your halfling, your lizard folk.
Well, he's not my captain, but he wants to think he's captain. That's cute.
He is a captain.
He is a captain, but not of the ship.
And 10 ship a man. Of various sizes and
No,
capabilities.
I want to be at the wheel. No, I want to be at the wheel.
There you
No.
7,
How am I
8,
gonna be? I'm finished
9,
already,
10.
go. Yeah, Bram is this other cannon.
And 10 pirates. Or sailors, how you prefer. The bottom, the next morning, you guys say that already by whoever gets there the first, by dawn, the ship is being packed. These guys are working for their money. The food is almost all the way packed in the bottom hall. The cannons are being loaded. The cannonballs are being placed where they need to. The powder and matches are being put in specific boxes that are made out of a copper.
Set up
Everything
the kitchen at the gallery.
is
help
being
with that.
the
I'm
you
good with that.
But you're in the wheel.
yeah.
Oh shit! Wait, there's a kitchen. I gotta be down there.
The kitchen is below. If
Yes.
you the guy who's preparing the food, as he looks at everything, you see that when you get there, he's already organized and categorizing things. You're like, and he's writing with chalk on the wood part of the wall what's going to be had when, what spoils first. It looks like these guys are well oiled, and by the time you do pick them up, you see that the captain is ordering another guy and putting him in charge of the next group of individuals. And there's about 20 or 30 more that could have been hired. And he's giving out prices, he's giving out commands, and they are jotting those down. And there should be a puppy here, but I do.
Well,
Oh,
if he's got it covered down there, I'll be up here observing
will.
everything and watching.
Here
and
is that
learning.
beagle.
I'm learning.
There's a
a
doggo.
doghound. Sorry, it's supposed to be a doghound, not a beagle. There is your doghound.
There's a doggo in our ship.
Yep,
As soon
he
as
is.
you're like, Fox, I'm sorry. Don't be mad.
As this is the morning, you
Yeah.
don't hear anything from
I
a
know, I'm
fox.
just in advance.
So, on your trip, actually, we should have got the water map out, but it's fine. As we enter the
This
opened ocean,
is water.
Orcdeath, for the purposes of story, I need you to roll me Constitution saving throw.
Oh no.
Natural 20.
Damn, boy.
The water sucks, but the water's your bitch right now. Where would you guys be on this 25-ish day adventure?
I'm doing what I did the last time,
Hang
and
on
I'm
to
going to
railing
be
puking.
annoying.
Okay. Well, from the Constitution save,
Yeah.
you want to puke, but it's not coming out.
Dry
No.
leaves.
Oria is gonna wild shape into a seagull.
All right, as you guys see Oria shape into a seagull and start flying with you guys.
Thank you,
That's
Beck.
a really good seagull.
You're welcome.
Have
much practice.
Whoever
Paul.
wants
No.
to be adventurous enough, roll me a percentile to determine your trips.
He is, Jeremiah's rolling.
28.
28.
Oh my god.
All right.
I like rolling percentiles because I don't roll.
Okay.
Oh, damn it, I was gonna do it this time.
On a okay. So the first 8 days of your travel, it starts out fine. The waters are a little bit rough. Sir, can you not? Can the camera see this dog?
Won't you better?
Yeah. He's like,
He's like, I don't trust it. You're picking me up and putting me away. As you guys travel for the first 8 days, the scorching sun, as the stings on your skin, the sea salt not helping.
Nope.
It is no clouds
I felt
for a
worse.
long time. You see that the winds are fairly weak, but you're making your trip accordingly. The captain keeps barking out orders. Every time he sees you guys, he would greet you with a suit of respect. Depending on how important the matter is, he would actually take off his hat to do so. You see that every single person, all the 10 crew members, are doing their job and only stop if you physically need to get in their way. Either by hosting the mass, cooking, cleaning, whatever they need to do, prepping. You see that the lizard folk, he tends to just stay almost motionless, bathing in the sun and just looking forward. The dog is being a dog.
Dog's being a dog.
It's laid out with a shiny shield.
Getting a tan.
West is gonna be doing his damnedest to try to. I mean, I'm sure Ariel's already doing it, and probably much better than West can. But West is doing his damnedest to catalog this journey. Okay.
Is there anything specific that you guys want to do on the first 8 to 12 days?
Observing, watching, trying to learn.
Yeah, I'm kind of like
Okay.
perusing the ship, looking at the ship.
Well, I mean,
Look at
The
that way.
ship looks like
Oh, there's another
going at the cannon, seeing if it's kind of broken or if it's okay.
roll me an investigation, roll me intelligence.
What's
If not-
me? Intelligence? What's up?
check for assault damage.
I mean,
too,
I'll be specifically like watching crew members do specific
Investigation.
things.
I don't have.
Is it inside or
advantage.
investigation?
If you want to specifically look at the cannon, investigation.
And then like also bothering the captain about, hey, why does that guy do that? Like,
Okay.
I'm
Well, let's say I'm
being
just kind
inquisitive.
of checking out people and
Then if you like get a read on people, then that would be insight. Yes.
okay, that's +4.
Straight intelligence is an 11.
You see that you're getting a lot of answers, but they keep using terminology that you just don't get.
And I don't.
And it's getting to a point that as soon as you come and ask them, you say, "Why don't you talk to the first mate? That's kind of her job."
Okay.
And then she's like, yes.
Who's
miss."
on the wheel?
The captain would be.
Okay.
Yeah, he would be manning it. And you see that the lizard folk tells him, like, goes and whispers things to him, and then walks off and just kind of just stays there almost completely motionless as he just keeps looking. What do we get on our investigation? 12. Each cannon looks pretty fine. It looks old, but it will do its job.
Like it. I want to amend it.
All right, if you mend it, then we're gonna make any imperfection, any rust, any
it's like
crack.
I amend one, and then the next day the other one. And the
Yeah.
next day the other one.
You can with by the 12th day that we're on our expedition, all 3 cannons are perfectly mended.
And
They
I-
look brand new. Yeah.
I had a thing I was gonna state. Sorry.
Okay. One sec. Orcdeath, what did you
Yeah.
get on
You got 10.
It really seems like everybody's just doing their job. You will say that you did not expect this trip to be so calmly boring thus far on the 12th day. Oria?
You did mention in the beginning about how freaking sweltering it was and
Yes.
hot and stuff.
Yeah.
Is it still like that on the 12th day?
It would end about the 8th day. The next couple days,
Oh.
it gets normal. As you are left, right, up, down, anywhere direction you look is just pure sea as the massive sails are getting them all the wind and just going forward. There's the night crew, there is a day crew. The night crew is fairly small, about 3 people.
Oh yeah. I guess I made my cloak on the ship when we get on the ship. I
Yes,
guess on the second day I made it.
and you see that Rognarv has been enchanting a cloak that the
And-
red dyes start dyeing into a very dark and brown, almost leather-like material, and it starts being extended and molded up to mimic a manta ray. And you have the cloak of the manta ray now,
Ooh, yes.
which gives you a swim speed of 60, and you can breathe water after you tune for it for an hour, which you already.
Once I'm done, I guess I'm gonna wear it.
Okay.
Once I'm attuned to it, I'm gonna grab a bucket of water and just see.
You can breathe, yeah.
Just
Testing it out as a true artificer tests out his equipment before he goes into battle.
Orcdeath sees you doing that, goes over, grabs a bucket of water and pours it over. He says, "Oh, you got rest of it. This is refreshing a bit."
And then it'll go. Try to talk while underwater.
Technically, you actually can, because you can breathe. Not that people can understand you, but because you're able to intake water, there is a caveat that you can cast spells in the water now.
But the thing is, I'm on the water. I don't know if you can hear me. but basically-
It's
I
not.
was talking.
Yeah, it's not.
While I was
Yeah,
like this.
that's exactly. So,
12. Rob tries to drown himself.
He was like, I looked at him
14th
like,
day
breathe underwater now.
passes, 15th day passes. To get my full scale of what's going to happen, I need one more person to be brave enough and roll me percentile.
Yeah, I rolled already.
What?
Percentiles.
Percentiles.
I want to do
The first person who rolls
First
it,
person to roll it.
I'm gonna do it.
roll it,
Oh,
roll it.
God,
Just roll it.
Oh,
Call out the number.
My turn.
90.
I heard a 55.
Yeah, I heard a 55 first.
Okay. Damn it. Damn it. I was rolling and I was like 90.
Ooh.
Thank you. Roll me perception, everybody. on the 15th day of travel.
Ew, frick that shit.
Every single person roll me a
I'm
perception.
sorry,
That
everyone.
one.
14.
14.
19.
Oh my
19. Okay.
8.
god. Okay.
All right. Ariell?
Perception. Hold on a second.
Rognarv, what did you?
That is.
With advantage, 11.
That's a 25.
Okay.
Natural 20.
West.
14.
All right. So,
I have advantage.
Oria,
11.
and you. No, you're not the only one. Okay, Oria and Ariell. You notice that one other person in the ship has noticed what you're going to notice. And the lizard folk, as you see, does anyone speak Draconic?
No.
Okay. As he mutters something in Draconic, and then as he's looking at this, and then a very different dialect in common, as everyone can hear. Captain, there is something in water.
I'm gonna look at that.
And by that time, Ariell and Oria, you've already noticed that there is a... Oria, you noticed that there is a body floating, getting closer to it, and it's moving. It looks like a man is in the water. Ariell, you are the only one that sees this. There is a fin circling the boat. It looks pretty small in comparison. It looks about the average size of a shark fin, but it is circling the boat. And on the current where is our guy? We will use. Oh, nope.
No, don't use that.
No.
This would be our man who is in the water.
Face
So
down.
triggered. So triggered for me.
Face down, face up.
He's face down.
Oh, right here.
And Ariell, you would notice that he is still breathing slightly. It's very faint. But the shark will be on the other end, circling around.
I'm gonna fly down and grab him.
Okay. As you pull out your wings and fly down, you see that the lizard folk jumps into the water almost at the same time as you do. And like as you both make it almost in time, you see the lizard folk with its tail is keeping up with the speed, and he just grabs a man, puts him up towards you.
Oh, dang.
I grab him and fly back up to the deck.
And as you see the shark starting to make way, they both start fighting over like the speed. As this lizard folk is pretty fast, and he doesn't quite. Want me to shoot? Sorry. Just
I hit the shark.
as soon as it hits into the water, you think you hit the shark, but you have no confirmation. As the shark is about to bite onto the lizard folk's tail, but you see that the lizard folk jumps, just with his claws, starts climbing up the side of the ship, and then eventually gets into a hole in the bottom and starts going up. So there are some puncture wounds, but just cosmetic damage for our purposes. As you see a man with smells of sea salt and just rotting fish, and he's barely breathing. Ariell, what do you do?
That guy looks like
I am going to do lay on hands.
Okay, how much?
20 HP.
All right. As soon as you do, you just see a surge of white energy surround this man, and you just as you see a very thin, well-kept white beard. His hair is salt and pepper. He has nice hazel eyes. His clothes are completely torn. And it's just pretty much like white with black on it. And he looks at you. Where am I?
West writes his notes. Day 14, found a body.
And he's alive.
For the ship was it was the Sea Devil, right?
Yeah.
Yes, this is the Sea Devil. Thank you very much. Don't have anyone else call it anything else.
Known as Sea Devil.
This is the
What?
Sea. Yes.
Oh. I think you. And he looks at you. That must have been dreaming. Swore I saw an angel.
No, he's right there. I'll point to Ariell.
There is an angel.
He's literally an angel.
Good day.
Do you have water?
Do we should?
Yeah.
I'm looking at the bucket.
I
I just
don't.
look my face. So like,
Create water!
Okay.
Or
Yeah, you guys give the guy water, everything. I need you all to roll me a perception check as soon as this man enters your ship. Hey, nature check. If I said perception, I meant nature.
Nice.
Nature.
you said perception.
Yeah, I know. I meant nature.
Nice.
Well, I kind of not 20, but I have to re-roll because I have advantage in perception. So I'll re-roll them.
It's nature. You keep
Well,
your 20.
he has advantage in perception, so he like.
Yeah, I have perception.
So you roll 2 dice.
But I
Okay.
roll 2
Yeah.
dice.
Well, alright, whatever.
Yeah,
Yeah,
let him do his thing. Let him do his thing.
18, not 20.
I'm telling you to keep your 20. The dice know what it wanted to do. Keep your fucking 20. Alright.
19.
19?
19.
I got
What's-
18.
18. What's your total?
Total nature, right? 24.
Yes. 24? Okay. Are you trained in nature, by the way?
No.
Okay. That's important, but you still passed.
Wesley's
Ariell?
not.
I got a 15.
Okay.
Yeah,
Alright,
that's
so
15.
as everyone is looking at this guy, Rognarv, you're the only one that's noticing that the sky is getting dark really fast. And it's not natural. The thing that you noticed was that Brom, you see like little static things around Brom. And that's only happened to you when Brom has been very close and directly next to a thunderstorm.
I'm looking up, bro.
And then when you look at the skies look dark, but not in a like supernatural or like menacing way, but Rom is acting like she is in the middle of a thunderstorm that has happened to you in some sort of past.
It's like, Bram. Well, back of holding because looks like the storm is coming. I'm gonna look at the captain too. It's like, you know the sea better than I. You think the storm is coming, but why is this all of a sudden?
This is not the correct weather for something to start a storm.
I'm gonna look at the
Sea
man
is too
too.
calm.
I'm gonna look at the man too. It's like, did you do something? We healed you and this happens.
God, please don't let there be a storm coming. I don't want to be in the middle of a storm. No, thank you.
As the man looks at you, what do you mean?
I don't know.
There's nothing that's...
Who are you? Why are you floating in the water?
My name is Admin. Admin Wilson Decree. I
I only remember Edmund.
don't really recall why I was in the ocean. And the air starts getting tingly. You start seeing little jolts here and there, just like electricity, just
Nope. No.
Like in the
in the
Small
air.
arcs of
in the
electricity.
air,
Nope.
not in
Nope.
the.
No, yes,
Nope. Nope.
just as
Wes takes it 5 steps back.
Can I
Okay.
check? Can I do like an Arcana roll or something?
Sure, you can roll a con.
To see about magic or whatnot.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, that is a 23.
23. As you're looking around, nobody's muttering or casting incantation or spell. This out of the blueness is definitely magical, but something like this might be non-arcane based and more divine based. If this is a magical show, and this is pretty big for it to affect this massive of a ship.
I'm gonna kind of go to the highest, not the highest point, but the highest platform in the ship.
Okay.
Like not on the like the mast. Or
Yeah. You're not at the crow's nest, but you're
It's right here.
okay,
or something.
sure.
Yeah, you can't be in the
And
crow's nest all the time.
Look
Jeremiah.
around. Look. I can't.
Roll me a perception. Wes, what are we doing? You have 1
I
round.
took like 5 steps back away
Okay.
from this guy because I didn't want to be anywhere near that
Okay.
lightning.
Oria, what are you doing? You have 1 round.
I literally took 5 steps back. How do you spell Admin?
Hold on. I'm trying to figure out what she's going to do.
Spell your name.
But Wes is very nervous by all the
Perception,
electricity
right?
happening.
Mm-hmm.
He does not like it at all. So therefore,
It's a
he's
21 though.
Okay. You, with a 21, at the moment, notice nothing different or awry.
Okay. Because I kind of want to look on the, like, in the water too.
With the 21, you
Yeah.
do not notice anything.
Okay.
Oria,
Like
one round?
Also, like the water is not
Not at the moment.
just like
Everything looks normal except for the
Yeah.
sparks of just jolts of electricity in the air,
Mm.
and the
And
star.
you
The
can feel it
you can
moving?
you can feel like on your body
So it's
as though
not
like your
an
hairs
illusion.
are extending,
No.
and you see the clouds starting to get dark.
He does not like it.
Ori, what are we doing? I'm giving everyone one round
Oria
before we
is
start a
going
skill
to
challenge.
Cast... Hold on, because I have it, because it's something I had to pull. She is casting Guardian of Nature.
What does that do? That's a spell I never heard of.
Turns you into a powerful guardian. The transformation lasts until the spell ends. You choose one of the following forms to assume: Primal Beast or Great Tree. She's going to choose Great Tree.
So you turn yourself into a great tree.
Well, basically, Great Tree, your skin appears barky, leaves sprouting from your hair. Well, she doesn't have hair.
Okay, cool,
And
cool,
you
cool.
gain the following benefits. You gain 10 temporary HP. You make Constitution saving throws with advantage. You make Dexterity and Wisdom-based attack rolls with advantage.
Is this a concentration-based spell?
Yes, it is.
Okay. Are there any material components that you need?
No.
All right, awesome. Let me give you a concentration.
And it is a bonus action, so you got.
Okay.
She's
How long does it last? Thank you.
1 minute.
Nice. Okay. Keep track of that. Because we are going to be doing things round by round in a second. Ariell, one round. What are you doing? As all this is happening, you see Oria's skin start to turn into a barkish tree.
Pull out my shield
Okay.
and jump back. Does it look like the lightning? You said the lightning's coming from him?
No, all around you, like in the air, everywhere, 360 direction.
Actually, I'm not going to jump back. I'm going to kind of put myself, I don't know, shield the guy somehow.
Okay.
Put myself between him and just the air around us, I guess.
Okay.
Is he still on the floor? Or is this
No, I mean he's kind of kneeling
Put
now.
my arm around him and bring him
Sure,
in
sure.
to like a hug kind of position, and the shield on the other arm, like protecting
Okay.
his back.
Okay, understood. All right. Orcdeath, one action. I mean one round. One round. So like you can move, bonus action, action.
Seeing all the lightning and stuff like that, and little arcs of electricity. Oh, I'm just eyeing this guy and taking out one of my throwing axes just in case.
All right, fair enough. Are you holding an action?
Huh?
Are you holding an action just like to attack him?
I'm just pulling them out and putting them in my hands and just kind
Okay.
of crossing my arms like this.
Okay. All right. Fair. And with this being the most boring demonstration of it, because cool. All right. We're going to start a skill challenge tree in a second. I will let you know that things like nature and navigation will be excellent, but if you guys can think of a way how to use skills in any way that helps the situation, please do. I need 3 successes before we get 6 failures. As the storm just immediately from the center of like a cloud, you see just completely turns to black, and a lightning bolt completely goes down, hits the middle of the ship, and then you see that as soon as it hits, it arcs everywhere. And everyone needs to roll me a dexterity check.
Cool. Advantage.
So, dexterity saving throw. For each fail, we're going to add another point of damage to the ship.
Wes is fucking panicked.
I failed.
20,
But he's
30.
on his fucking toes, apparently.
5,
18.
alright. 15 passes. We have 1 fail.
16.
That's passed.
22.
All right. So we have a total of 1, 2, 3, 4 bits of the ship that immediately ignite.
Oh shit.
Can I cast Blur?
Not right now.
I want to cast
But
Spell.
so the ship has a HP, and everybody that failed takes, along with the ship, 10 points of lightning damage. As you see that just the jolt lightning hit, but when it hits the ship, you see that it actually elevates upwards and almost spreads to every single person on the ship. And the ones that are out, that is a fail, that is a fail, that is a
1, 2,
fail.
3, 4, 5, 6 currently is outside.
Pass,
There's one right here. One.
pass, including all these. Pass. Lizard folks going to take an action, and the captain fell. So, unconscious, 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 unconscious. Lizard folks going to take the blunt of the blow because he's not going to let the dog get hit. As the captain just yelled, "Get inside!" Now, our skill challenges start. Any one of you. Actually, no, yeah, any one of you, whoever wants to. If you want to make it more diplomatic, we can roll initiative, so people aren't yelling over each other, or we can just be polite. What is our first skill challenge? Who wants to do what to try to fix anything of the situation? We have the man that's on the ship, the arcs of lightning that are happening, the clouds are getting darker and darker, the ship has 4 points of contact that are on fire, we have a couple of men that have fallen. And Ariell did see a shark surrounding the ship, encircling. There's Orcdeath as well.
I think West is going to try to contain the fire.
How are we doing so?
Can he cast the spell?
What spell are we casting?
He's going to use the Robe of the Waterfall to cast, I believe he can cast Wall of Water. I can do that once a day.
Okay, where are we casting Wall of Water?
Right there.
Oh, alrighty. Because we're using a spell,
Yes.
I will roll me an Arcana. Unless you can explain it in any other way, roll me an Arcana.
The only thing I can think of is doing a charisma check because it's my charisma, but I guess.
How explain that to me?
What?
Convince the DM to use a charisma check.
This is fair. The only thing I can think of is because my magic is tied to my charisma.
And you're
That's
smiling while you do it.
I'm so fucking terrified.
Alright, I will allow that one.
Okay. I mean, I was just gonna say either or. It's the same.
Roll 6-sided
anyway.
dice against your winner takes.
Whichever one is the same then, whichever one you
It's
want.
the same number.
Alright,
I'm just
roll me
rolling a
whichever.
Basic charisma check.
Okay.
So. That's pretty alright. That's a 19 actually.
19. As you see Wes immediately grab the robe that he was given to, that apparently belonged to another party member of yours,
Whoopsies.
and the robe started moving alongside with these the waves start actually moving on the robe, and he from his hand moves a 20-foot tall ceiling of water, 30 feet wide, about a foot thick, and with that, since we can cover this area, we'll say that these two are completely extinguished and giving us our first pass.
Nobody gets washed off.
No,
Yeah,
it doesn't push them away.
Wall.
Yeah. It actually, if I remember the spell correctly, you can move through it, but
Yeah,
it just
it's
counts.
difficult,
Yeah,
right.
exactly. It's meant to be a barrier versus a
Right.
tidal wave. Awesome. Another thing on skill challenges, you may not attempt the same one twice, and
You can only do that once.
if you already did a skill challenge, we have to pass it off to another person. You cannot be the person doing all the skill challenges. So, first skill challenge with a success. As soon as that happens, this is not part of the skill challenge. I'm rolling random skills in there. Everybody rolls me perception except for Ariell.
Damn, West. All right.
20. Okay.
Dirty
20?
20.
Okay.
14.
22.
22. so close.
What?
Oria,
Shit.
West, Rog, and Ariell, because Ariell passes. You hear the man that you just picked up start cackling.
Oh, fuck that shit.
And I need everyone to either your choice, make me strength or dexterity saving throw. Everybody.
Straight.
Your choice.
I was just saying number.
Hey, buddy.
Shit.
Dirty 20. For strength.
11.
17.
You're
Yeah.
fired.
8 for 8.
8, that's a 15 is a pass.
Alright, 17 for West.
Okay. Though, Oria and Ariell.
Would you roll strength or dex save?
Or, strength.
What did you get?
Dirty 20.
Awesome, pass. Ariell?
You said strength or dex?
Yes, your strength saving throw. Oh shit.
Yeah, mine is
That's-
8 to strength, I guess.
Okay, everybody that failed.
Strength or dex? We can choose or.
Yes, you can choose or.
Just a saving throw.
That's dex, so that's 17. Sorry,
17 is
not
pass.
18.
The AC is 15. Anybody that failed takes 6 points of bludgeoning damage.
Ooh.
As I'll explain this in a minute, and is pushed back 10 feet and prone.
There's ledges there.
So it's 5 each square, correct?
Yeah. Roll me another dexterity saving throw for you since you're on the top deck. They are ledges, yes.
That's why I wanted to.
Oh no!
No, 8. 9.
9, and as you see a wave emerge at almost as tall as the ship, the bow just as the ship stops and feels like the water rushes over, and it rushes through every single person. All the ones that are here all get pushed back. That one's not gonna have a good day. This guy also gets pushed back. Those survive.
Goodbye!
Gets thrown into the water.
Birthday comes up a sign 10.0.
As soon as I'm falling.
Who gets thrown into the water?
Rognarv gets pushed back 10 feet into the water.
And that's why I have a cloak.
And you do have a clone of the manta ray.
Fucking
So,
smart, bro. You are so fucking smart.
because the water, how it is. Oh shit, you're in the water. Oh my god, roll me perception.
Oh no!
Yep, I
no.
was ready to jump to tell the truth. I don't see I don't think upstairs. I was gonna like I have a cloak. Oh, perception.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, that's good. That is a 21. Wait. Whoa! Secret messages!
Secrets! So guys, make sure to check out Talon and Claw on their Etsy account, and if you put in the code Divine Conquer, you get 10% off on your purchase.
Oh shit.
And
I don't like that face.
what is above shall also be down below.
That's not a good face.
Can I cast a spell?
Nope. All right, so
Can Orcdeath do something?
second skill challenge. Who wants to do something?
I want to run, got my both axes out.
Okay.
Scum, I jump off, and I'm throwing 2 axes at that guy.
Oh lord.
Okay,
Oh,
roll me
Lord.
2 attacks.
Oh lord.
I'm going to give him a little bit of cover, so his AC is going to increase by
That's right, 'cause
2
I have
because of
to-
Ariell, so you won't hit him. But what do we get?
13. No, wait. 12 and 14.
I believe they both hit.
Oh,
He's wearing no armor. His AC is 10. Roll me damage.
So that would be 2 6-sided dice plus 6.
Mm-hmm.
You said that
10,
you
16.
was cackling?
16. Yes, the guy who you're shielding is 16 point damage. Okay, as this is all happening incredibly fast and close to each other. Ariell, you hear and immediately, as soon as you hear a thunk behind you, you see 2 axes completely avoid you and land straight onto the guy's shoulder, and he kind of gets pushed in front of the shield, and you see him. Oh,
Oh.
You see him, oh?
Oh.
I forgot. These are normal axes, right?
Huh?
These are normal axes?
Yes.
Okay.
God.
Alright. So, as the axes hit him, Ariell, they go in deep, but you see that his skin starts to push it slightly out.
No.
You need to get it out. You need to like. I don't want to shield you anymore.
And you hear. Alright,
Going for
but
big boy.
because you did hit, I'm going to consider that. It's not necessarily a skill, but I'll consider it an action. Because you casted a spell, we're going to continue both of those in the same sequence. As that happens, I need a secondary. Oh no, Age of Sail. Excuse me, we're still in dark and stormy sea. Another strength or dexterity saving throw.
Except me.
Everybody.
Even me.
I'm doing strength 21.
No, you can move half your speed. 21. All right, it's a pass.
Ow.
Okay.
The water's considered difficult terrain,
30.
which is you keep up with the ship.
20.
20 pass.
12.
12.
You're fired.
Okay, Ariell.
You want to borrow a die?
I'm gonna fire all my dice.
16.
I got this.
All right, both of them pass. So that is 4 points of damage for the ones that failed, and again, you see that the ship gets, you hear the as they like a almost from your perspective.
Of course.
Oh dear God, I'm so stressed.
As you, from you guys, all you see is just water just splash over as the ship gets pushed back, and Rog, this actually kind of hits you, and you grab onto the back of the ship as again the water just splashes over onto the other side. Perception check, everybody.
Even me.
No, you already see it, and I already told you what it was.
Oh,
Damn it!
That 20,
Damn.
24.
24. That's a C. You see it.
Shit! Fuck! God damn! Fuck! 9.
You said perception?
Yeah.
Can I cast a spell now?
We'll have a skill challenge in a minute. What did you get, Ariell?
15.
15. You do not see it. Oria, you're the only one that sees it. From the starboard of the ship, you see.
Secret message.
Oh no! God
Send her a
damn!
message.
Fuck! Shit!
Yeah.
God
All right. As I'm doing this, skill challenge. What is the next one?
damn!
Me.
I
I want to
guess.
pray.
Can I use an action during skill check?
Technically, we already used one, so we have to pass that around. Ariell, you're praying. All right. I
I'm
can.
going to pray to Pale. I'm going to say, Hey Lord, you can hear my prayer. Oh man, what am I saying? Reveal the sun and burn away the storm above us. Free us from this darkness.
Roll me a religion check.
I'm so scared. Wes is gonna help the people that have basically been knocked over.
Oh, okay. Well, since he already said we have to do that on the next skill challenge.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, and technically you already did a skill challenge, so
you're
we
right,
have to
you're
give
right.
everybody a
Okay.
turn.
Okay, I misunderstood.
What did you get on?
25.
Of course.
All right,
Angel
all right.
Boy.
Oh.
Of course, Angel Boy.
My second best.
I'm Paylor's favorite.
Hey Lord, this is Ariell again.
Hey, Paylor, he like has him on speed dial, just like sitting there like.
Right?
I'm heckin' nervous, y'all.
I'm like stressed. I don't know what's happening. Lynn's asking me what's happening, and I just have to yell at her. I don't know.
So, Oria, I spelled Oria on Facebook. I'm like, why am I finding her? Oh, god damn it, Tabatha. So I sent you the message. 20 what? All right, that's a pass. Okay. They're not on. They're just on their way.
Okay.
Ariell, as you pray, you see a beam of light hit you and kind of disperse the clouds just enough to make you guys move a little bit faster onto the ship, succeeding on the third skill challenge.
Goes the doggy.
No, not the dog.
The doggies. fine.
Okay.
Doggy's
I thought
always
there was
fine.
gonna be a-
So-
Because the lizard is
what
being a body shield.
percentile roll for that.
With that, since we finished those three, one more strength or dexterity saving throw from everybody.
Okay.
You hear me?
Strength again.
Yes, because you're technically climbing onto the ship.
Christ almighty.
I don't want to climb the ship.
Oh, what do you wanna do?
You're fired.
Then you'll cast a spell in a second, because after this, we're going to roll initiative.
You want me to roll?
Yes, because this might push you away or not. So
17 for strength.
that is up. 17 is a fail.
Does 18 pass?
18 just passes.
Holy shit.
Does a 6 pass? Strength.
Damn it, Jeremiah.
No.
I
Ariell,
swear to God.
DC is 18 strength or dexterity.
18.
All right,
Yes.
you just passed. Okay.
Yikes.
As another bolt of lightning
West don't like.
hits and arcs around every single person.
Lightning dad.
God damn. 10 points of lightning damage.
Lightning
Well,
dad.
there went that temp HP I gained.
Lightning dad.
With this,
No.
that was 1, 2, 3 fails. Oh, and I maxed out.
I'm
No.
freaking.
Oh no.
We need this on the ship.
You need that. That's you earned that because
That's
you gave
the
yourself the whole fucking
thing that goes right here.
brain cell. Oh, God,
4,
I don't think the Sea Devil ever had a brain cell.
5, 6. Guys.
No, I want to cast a spell. So I can fucking get
Right.
Alright, so fire, fire, fire,
I just put that out. Damn it!
fire, fire on the water that gets extinguished,
Ah.
fire, fire,
Oh my god.
2 more fires. Don't worry, just love to be spread. Fire and a
Oh
fire.
fucking god damn it!
As the bolt hits and you see sparks all the way around, it starts almost like it has a mind of its own, going inside and out.
And a lot of smoke.
A lot of smoke everywhere. So, a thing that you will know, each round that these fires are out, it is causing damage to the ship.
I can fix it.
What is
You're
your...
not shit, bro.
Who has not done a skill challenge? Rognarv and Oria.
Me.
You have one action. What are you doing?
Oria is going to cast Create Water to extinguish one of the flames.
Okay, how much water do you create?
I believe it's 10 gallons.
Okay. How far can you move that?
Is there one next to her?
You have one directly next to you. I just want to see if you can move it to somewhere else as well, or is it just the one next to you? So as you're looking that up, what are we doing?
Here.
Since I guess because I failed, I got pushed back.
No. The fail was the damage of electricity. This was
Oh.
not a push.
Okay.
Oh,
For water.
so-
30 feet.
She is going to cast it at level 2. When you cast a spell using a spell slot of 2nd level or higher, you create 10 additional gallons of water, or the size of a cube increases by 5 feet.
You can create alternatively water. You
Okay.
create 10 gallons of clean water.
What do you do?
Or you can alternatively water falls as rain in a 30-foot cube within range.
Fly.
Okay, then I'll do
I
that.
just want to cast that basically.
Rain falling in a 30-foot cube.
30-foot cube. Okay. That is
Yeah.
a massive, massive.
Let me
Is it
see
raining, or
the
is it-
map.
No, it's
Yeah,
not
I'm gonna pull it up on the Twitch. I wanted to see where, how the fire is on.
I can send you a picture.
Yeah. So, Rognarv, you're casting fly. All right, you can fly. This is a 10-foot cube. 30-foot cube is 10 feet larger than the circle.
Boop. Send.
So it would hit pretty much this much of the ship, if you can see on Twitch.
Okay. Where the one cannon is in the back, is that like 3 flames back there?
There are 2 flames back there, yes. And there are also
Okay.
flames underneath each level of the ship.
Fly is 10 minutes, by the way.
Okay, you have concentration on fly, right?
Okay, so she will do it on the ones that are next to her then.
Okay. All right, we will extinguish those, and after this,
Can she also speak?
There's no concentration.
No concentration? Alright, you have fly then. Yes, you can speak. What do you say?
Yeah, that's what I was looking at.
People climbing up on the side of the ship, screaming that out.
I will say that everybody except for Ariell and Laz heard it from the distance and just the lightning hitting. So Orcdeath, West, and you don't need to roll because you already saw it.
Okay.
So you heard her say there are people climbing on the side of the ship.
Okay.
I need everyone to roll me initiative. This late into the game, roll me initiative. We're going to put things on the map, place them permanently. We're going to come back from this.
Okay.
Fuck.
That was not actually bad, so I'm happy with that.
I'm so stressed out right now.
20 plus y'all.
Initiative is.
Can I add our solution?
I will fuck you.
Oh wow. Okay. 20 plus?
What do I add with?
Dexterity.
Okay.
Yeah.
Alright, got it.
Nobody got 20 or higher?
No.
15 up?
18.
Me, 16.
Okay. What did you get, sorry?
18.
18? Alright, so I'm gonna write this down and then I'll, okay. So, Rog. I'm not going to say what it is, but the guy you just got.
What?
Then Oria.
The guy what?
The guy you just rescued, Oria.
Oh, okay.
10 to 15?
12 for West.
Did anyone beat a 12? West. 5 to 10?
9.
Are we all rolling initiative right now?
Yes.
Yes. Yes.
Sorry.
Coleton, we're rolling initiative.
That's
Not-
what I kind of figured, but I didn't hear you actually
Okay.
say it. 'cause my
No problem. Yeah, roll
internet-
initiative. You got a 9 Orcdeath? Alright, you
I
actually go.
rolled a dirty 20.
Alright, we're gonna put you.
Sorry.
No, it's okay. You're good. You're in the Aether. It's so hard to hear from the Aether.
Oh yeah. Okay, just so you are aware, by the time that this happens, you have information that's privileged. Oria,
What?
you have information that is privileged.
No, don't mind.
Oria, this one, and then one down here. As what you see climb up is a man who stands almost 7 feet tall. The odd things about this guy, other than his clothes being completely teared, he has extended claws. They're completely pitch black, about 5 inches apart. His skin is completely blue. He has a large snout with razor sharp teeth, a fin on his back. These are were sharks.
Oh, cool.
Neat.
That is a bullywog. But these are supposed to be were sharks. As Oria, you see one climb into the middle
Yes.
of the ship as he reaches inside. And the second thing that you saw is still there. So, with our initiative already rolled,
How
the
big is it?
huh? Big enough to stop the ship because that's what it did. The ship is also in the initiative round at the end, also taking damage. If the ship goes to 0 HP, guess what happens? So,
Oh, he's gonna be so pissed.
with a very long and difficult match, we will continue this next game
Oh god.
because we are so close to end time, and this will take a long time to accomplish.
A whole session.
Yeah, this is an entire session of fire, putting out, saving people, were shark, crazy guy
I
laughing.
need to take a picture.
Yep.
No.
Yeah.
So, with our ship on fire, the Elysian Vagabonds, unfortunately, sometimes trusting people that hurt them.
Cliffhanger.
It's just it's the way of the random dice that we rolled and what was gonna happen in the chart that I pre-made.
And Rognarv is flying.
And
Rognarv is smart enough to predict That's why I have a
Ro-
complimentary rating.
So glad you guys aced the skill challenges. Like I'm like, oh man, I wrote so much. Nope, you guys passed it. All right, don't have to do any more. Cool.
I guess.
No, I had a essentially 24 more rounds of like, let's see what could happen. But all right, guys, thank you so much for watching. We'll continue this epic sea battle
Yes.